Welcome back to the Pedigree Stage Stop race. I'm Bruce Lee.
I'm Sebastien Schnuelle because Bruce can't pronounce it.
We are in Teton National Forest outside of Grand Tetons National Park. It's the beginning of the stage stop, the first stage here, about a 29-mile run. And as this is the first day, some mushers are rookies. They've never seen this trail, and we have veterans. So we have all kinds of different emotions going on. Some are a little nervous. Others are trying to figure out strategies and which dogs they're going to take. And I think for any day like this, no matter the race, there's always a little bit of jitters as far as getting things set up correctly right from the beginning, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you never have a second chance on the first day, and you kind of set the tone for the whole week. Any mistake you make now, picking too powerful of a team, some teams were only running 9 dogs, despite this being a very strong climb, almost 4 miles going straight up. So you want to get it right on the first day.
Yeah, I heard a number of mushers just say that you don't win the race on the first day, but you sure can lose it, and just by going too fast. And what we're talking about straight up in the first, let's say 5 miles here, they had about 2,000 feet of vertical gain. So that's something that they want to figure out the types of dogs that they would run on this type of trail.
Which is about perfect for a dog team to actually go uphill on the first stretch and not in the flats or actually a downhill. So it couldn't be much better for them.
So here we are in the morning. Let's go back and hear what the mushers had to say about it, their setup for the day, what they were expecting, and hear it from their words as how they talked about looking forward to the trail and the dogs that they'd be running today.
Definitely got some good hill climbs and a lot of downhill coming home, which we like. But yeah, it's got some pretty good hill climbs in it.
I am feeling great. It's not raining here, which is awesome. So at home in Washington, we've had a lot of rain this year. So it's just rough when you got snow on the ground and it starts raining. So being out here, like as long as it's cold and snowing, I am happy.
Where's your head at this morning?
It's on wanting to get on the trail. Just get out there with my dogs. You know, I'm always really nervous at this point in the first day, and I need to get out there for all that to go away and just go.
So leaders today, we're gonna have two veterans of the race. We have an 8-year-old Maddie, who is kind of one of my anchors. This is gonna be her last year on the race team. I didn't know if she was gonna make varsity this year, but in the fall she trained up and she didn't want to be left behind. So this is Maddie, superstar. She's ran 4 races with me. This will be my 5th with her, and her brother is also on the team as well. He's one of my anchor lead dogs. And she's gonna be running with Maddie, or Alpine here. Alpine is 3 years old. And hey girl, a little camera shy this morning. Alpine is 3 years old. She was here last year as a 2-year-old, and she came from Alaska. She's from a good friend of mine, Jeff Kahn. So Jeff was generous enough to let me have a couple of his dogs when he retired, and Alpine has kind of turned out to be one of the superstars I got from Jeff. So Maddie and Alpine today, and really trust him in this nice trail, and we'll have some fun.
Like, I've got quite a few dogs on there that are veterans that I know, kind of seen this before. I'm actually only going with 9 today because the first stage, I just want a easy, clean run, not too fast. I don't want to be fighting with them in the start to keeping them slow, so I'm going to go with 9. And it's warmer for the dogs today. It's a warmer day, so it's definitely going to be dogs that can handle the heat better. There's some dogs that do better in the cold, some in the heat, so I'm going to go with dogs that handle the heat better. And it's a little more rolling here. Like, there's some climbs, but there's other stages that are like steeper hills, so kind of picking dogs to make sure that I've got dogs to climb steeper hills tomorrow. So yeah, a little bit of everything comes into play, not just the snow. And
honestly, I've chosen to take a lot of my inexperienced dogs today. It's one of the shorter legs, it's 28 miles, so I feel like it's a good way to kind of see them the first day. I'm not really thinking about power or speed today. That'll be for later in the race, I think. So, you know, anybody that looks a little off coming in today, younger dogs, you know, they'll come out and they'll get replaced with a veteran tomorrow. So I feel like that sets us up for a solid run tomorrow, gives those younger dogs a day to bounce back from today, and then move on into some longer runs. it's gonna be lucky number 13, yeah, for sure. My mom had it playing ball, my sister had it playing ball. Some other random person told me it was a lucky number, so we're gonna go with it.
Well, I've been running dogs for 40 years, right? So, and I've raced races like the Paw Cross Lake. It's always been a race I've always been interested in trying. So, this year we came down and did it. So, I'm not sure. You know, we'll find out. I guess if I train properly or not. I just hope to have some clean runs and have fun.
Do you know how many are on the team that have already won?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So 8 of these dogs
So veteran.
Yeah,
that
right.
run anywhere from Quebec, Montreal.
I'm looking forward to it. All right.
Let's hear it for this first time.
It definitely does affect it. So we have certain leaders that I would call our speedier guys, and then certain leaders who are very good at maintaining their pace, whether it's a little short or slower. So we did do a couple changes than the original plan, but that's very typical. We make up a plan like a week before the race, and usually it's completely out the window by day 3, but today it changed a little bit even on the first day.
Are you nervous?
Yeah. Just gonna go have fun.
So as the teams got on the trail today, both Sebastien and I went to different points. I went out about 5 miles. Did you go all the way to the turnaround?
No, we didn't make it all the way to the turnaround. We got to 12 miles, so we were about 3 miles short of the turnaround. And that's when we had teams coming our way, and it's safer to just get out of the way then. Lots of head-on passes at the same time. As you saw probably at your spot, it was pretty deep snow.
Yeah, there were a few snow machines on the trail out there recreationally today, but the trail groomers had packed a good trail in the morning, but there still was about 3 to 4 inches of fresh snow, which makes a little bit of the footing for the dogs slow down just because it's not like being on a hard-packed trail. But still, most people were moving pretty good when they went by me at the 5 mile point. I was actually surprised at how steep the trail was with the new snow, and almost every team I saw was still at a lope going up that hill.
Oh, absolutely. Like when we left here on the snow machine following the teams behind, they were riding the drag mat up the hill on this type of a climb. We clocked a couple of teams 16, 17 miles an hour riding the brake hard on the downhills. That seems to be the sweet spot where they want to keep them.
Yeah, I agree. That seems the ones I talked to, about 16 miles an hour was their target speed for today.
So the unusual thing about today was no reverse starting order. So they were pretty randomly mixed, and that led to some pretty big distances in between the teams here at the finish, which we won't see the next couple of days again.
So as the teams came in to the finish line here, it was, I guess, no surprise. We saw Annie Malo, again, a 4-time champion, with posting the fastest time today, averaging 14.2 miles an hour over this steep terrain in under 2 hours, 1 hour and 58 minutes, actually. But a lot of these teams looked really, really good coming in here today.
Oh, they absolutely did. Same as on the trail, and once they arrived here, I mean, they looked very sharp. You know, but maybe let's listen to what they have to say about the trail and what they experienced today.
I think the last like 3.5 miles is straight downhill. So that's kind of nice. It's nice to pace them on the way out, keep them controlled, warm up good on the hills on the way out, and then you just got to control them on the way back. But it was good.
Explain to people what you mean control them. Like,
Okay, so basically because it's an 8-day race and this is just day 1, we try to control the speed especially on the downhills. If you just go wide open on the downhills, you can either get some sore dogs or break their trust a little bit. So nice and controlled. I didn't let my guys go above 16 at all today, so we're hopefully gonna be ready again tomorrow.
I think it was great. I ran this trail Tuesday and Wednesday for training, and it was hard, you know, and then we got this fresh snow, and I was expecting more of a drudge, but I didn't think it was at all. I thought the dogs did well, and yeah, the trail was nice actually. Ran to a few snowmobile groups, but other than that, yeah.
There's fresh snow, but it's also pretty soft, warm snow. It didn't seem like it drug on the sled.
No, it didn't. I didn't think so either, no. 200 pounds on the sled. That drug a little bit, but yeah. But otherwise, yeah, no, the trail was real nice.
I learned what hills were. That's for sure. That's the first time I ran on hills like that. So I actually learned a lot about my dogs today. There's a couple dogs in there that really shined. That I was very happy with. Dogs ran really steady. So I'm hoping if today's any indication, I'm hoping I can just carry this through the whole race. So yeah.
Oh, it was a beautiful day. It just got more beautiful as we were out there. It was a slow trail, and I wouldn't say our run was a strong run. It was a steady run. I usually try to get stronger through the race, so it's not that surprising to me how we did. We all come into this race in a different place in our training, so I'm still kind of completing my training as we start this race. So yeah, it was a fun day. A lot of nice looking teams out there, and just a nice day to be out.
My leader was really good, and all the team was good. I think I saw one dog or two that was tired like 5 miles at the finish, but really not too bad.
Was it fast coming back down that hill? That's about 5 miles, 6 miles of downhill, huh?
Yeah, the last 5 miles we go downhill, but I was holding them at maybe 40.5 miles an hour to finish strong and just be sure that finish correct.
We had a lot of hard fast at home this winter, so I was concerned about that. We got a lot of wet snow, froze up, so when I had an opportunity to run in some loose stuff, I did. So I'm not saying I got it all covered, but I'm aware, and it went okay here.
Didn't mess with their heads up because they've seen it.
I don't think so. It was good.
Team did really good. Yeah, we just rolled along. The trail was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It had a good base. I mean, there was quite a bit of snow from this morning, but it was good. Yeah, turnaround was good. It was fun and really pretty. It cleared out on top, so kind of got to see the mountains for a second.
I think day one went really well. It was exactly, I did what I planned for the most part. A little bit slower on hills. Did some kicking, pedaling, but that was great. I like to move on the sled anyway. But I mean, everybody came back healthy, stretched them all out, no injuries, no whimpering. Can't ask for more,
I think it should be a 30-mile or 28-mile trail, but the feeling for my dogs was maybe 15 miles. It was a little bit too deep, I think, And okay, but anyway, I thought my dogs do it well, and then after the turnaround, I have to load one. And then the home way was a little hard, but okay. The trail's nice, so it's a good area for racing,
It's day one of a 7-day race, so it wasn't guns a-blazing today. Soft trail, so very conservative run. Yep, got out there, saw how the trail felt. A little loose on top, but it was nice and firm underneath. And the snow stopped, sun came out, it wasn't too bad, so really nice day.
Lander will be interesting tomorrow because a lot of us here haven't run the specific trail we're going to run in Lander tomorrow. So last year Landers was canceled because there was no snow. The year before that we ran Lander and it was a different trailhead. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow and just being on a new trail with the dogs. It's always fun to take the dogs on a trail they've never been on.
So as we wrap up this stage, now the mushers start thinking about tomorrow's leg. First off, that starts with a 2-hour drive over to Lander, Wyoming. We go across Togerty Pass. And then they'll have a meet and greet in the town with the townspeople and the kids. And in thinking about tomorrow's trail, it's one of the steeper sections. It's about 35 miles, and in the first 5 miles, they gain about 4,000 feet. So tomorrow could be one of the tougher sections as far as steepness and terrain of the race.
And some of the mushers talked about that already today when they came back, how surprised they were of how steep this was. So they're going to be doing some thinking of, if it gets even more tomorrow, how they pick their dogs and what they will strategize.
Yeah, as far as the rookies especially, though they'd heard this has a lot of gain, a lot of mountain climbing, a lot of them are pretty shocked at even this section of trail.
Absolutely.
So tomorrow ought to really shock them. Yeah. So that'll do it for stage one. We're going to head out of here, head over to Lander, Wyoming ourselves. That's it for me, Bruce Lee.
Sebastien Schnuelle, and see you tomorrow.